Hey there, I'm Stu Gray. This is the Stupendous Marriage Podcast. So glad you're around. Thanks so much for listening. Hey, you can always follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm spending a lot of time tweeting out marriage thoughts at Stu Gray. Today, just do one thing. It gets so overwhelming. There's so many things you can do. We have life coming at us faster and faster and faster. It seems every day that goes by. You can read so much encouragement about marriage. So many people are encouraging couples. It's awesome. There's so many good ideas out there, so many things you could possibly do, and it could just feel overwhelming. So much so that you don't do anything to work on your marriage, and you just go, we'll just let it go. Just do the same thing over and over. And it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to just let things go and build up over time, or you just sweep things under the carpet and you just ignore it and act like everything's fine. But that'll come back and bite you in the butt, really, in your relationship. So my encouragement is do one thing. The first one thing to choose is find one thing that your spouse does well and encourage them in that. There's got to be one, right? If you're frustrated and you're upset about your spouse or something like that, they have done one thing, obviously, that you like. You're married to them. You fell in love with them for a reason. Find one thing that they do well. Encourage them. Thanks for picking up your socks. Thanks for going to get the kids. Thanks for making a great dinner. Thanks for working so hard and bringing home a paycheck. I don't know. Find something that you can encourage your spouse in. One thing, okay? And do it continuously. Because we all like encouragement, right? Find one thing, work on that for a while, encourage them in one thing. Find one book to read about marriage. There are 100 million books about marriage, and that's great. And it can feel overwhelming. Which one do I read? Well, pick one. Because in one book, you might find one idea that you really, really like and you want to try out. You don't have to try out everything in every book out there. Find one book. Read it together with your spouse. Find one thing you want to work on. And that's my third point. Pick one idea that you want to work on in your marriage. Find one area that you want to work on. We're going to work on our sex life. We're going to work on getting out of debt. We're going to work on our parenting. We're going to work on focusing on our family and not our extended family right now. Find one area that you can work on and focus on. Of course, I've just given you 3 things, but think of it like one thing. Do one thing to encourage your spouse. Read one book together as a couple. And take one idea and focus on that for a while. Just take all the pressure off. You don't need all the pressure. Thanks again for listening. I know Lisa and I will be back with more Stupendous Marriage podcasts, probably together in the future. So thanks so much for hanging around. Again, follow me on Twitter right now at Stu Gray. Would love to see you there. Would love to hear what you think about the new Stupendous Marriage podcast. Talk to you soon.